Rukky, welcome to the BlueSitron Podcast, and thank you for joining us this evening. It's always a pleasure to have women that are breaking. What's the word that they say? Breaking the glass ceiling or something? I don't know.
Yes, but yeah, like that.
It's amazing to have women like yourselves on our platform. You know, I would actually like to start by allowing you to introduce yourself and who you are. You know, who are you? And then I can go on to start asking you, questions.
Okay, thank you for having me on. My name is Rukky K.B.KOLAWOLE. I'm a chartered financial analyst, a wealth coach, a wealth manager with over 13 years of experience in the financial industry, ranging from London to different cities in the world, which I've worked in. And I'm recently located in Mannheim in Germany with my family. And I'm the founder of PaceUP Invest, that is looking to empower women to become financially independent and more empowered so as to empower their generations to come. I'm also the author of a baby book, a children's book from ages 0 to 5 years, which is called Magical Baby, to encourage diversity and representation in kids at an early stage.
Right. That's really interesting, the diversity and representation. I think that's even something that is more important now with what's going on globally with the Black Lives Matters issue or campaign or movement. Movement is the right term to use.
Exactly.
So anyway, let's go straight into the question. So you did say that you're a financial analyst and you're an investment, wealth coach, investment coach and all of that. Without me wanting to put any more words into your mouth, I'll allow you to just, delve into this. So why did you go into that career route? What prompted you to go into that?
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'll start by telling my story because I think it's very important to tell stories on why we do certain things. And I'm going to tell you my story, why this is a passion for me and my mission and my vision. So I'm British Nigerian, living with my family in Mannheim, and they're passionate about empowering women when it comes to financial independence. So I remember growing up in Nigeria, and every Friday before I went to boarding school and on some of my holidays, I would visit my grandmother in the township. She was a gold trader and would often buy gold from Ghana and sell in Nigeria. And on Fridays, I would follow her to the bank to deposit some gold. And in the evening, she would gather around other women and talk about their week, basically. They would then donate some money and give this money to a handful of women who needed it most for their specific goals. These women would then pay back at some point with some interest. And here, this was where I understood the basics and empowering women via money and the power of communities. So I moved into London and I started working in the financial sector after my university education. And the financial sector is still very much evidently male in the structures and systems. And while I was in London, I began to speak with many women, and it became apparent that most women are left behind when it comes to investing. And this has to do with gaps in financial literacy in women, as well as low confidence when it came to investing for their future. They were also keen on having a platform without stereotypes to invest confidently. I could speak to these women and they felt comfortable speaking with me, as I was also one of them, in that despite my high level of education and financial literacy, I was still not confident till I sought a coach. And so I began coaching women to educate them on financial literacy and also to build their confidence. I've successfully coached and advised a lot of women to become financially independent. And I moved to Germany. Moving to Germany, basically, it became more apparent that this problem is wide. I fell in love with the problem and I decided to be part of the change by embarking on building an end-to-end solution that would address the problem areas of education, access to coaching and advisory, and a safe investment platform. And this is the birth of PaceUP Invest. So PaceUP Invest aims to empower ethnically diverse women to attain financial independence, irrespective of their income, towards attaining a responsible and sustainable future for themselves and their generations. And we have 3 pillars, which kinds of summarizes our values, our mission and vision, which is digitalization, meaning easy access to personalized investment platform wherever the women are. Empowerment, which means making women's lives better to close gender gaps. And diversity, which means giving same access to women no matter where they came from or their backgrounds. And I'm very excited in changing the frameworks and rules of the male-dominated game in a very crucial area of finance. So this kind of tells you why I've chosen this path, and it stems from my early childhood.
Wow, that's really enlightening and also eye-opening to know that within the the finance industry, it is still rife that it's very much male-dominated, regardless of the amount and number of women that are educated within this space. I mean, I can say that for sure as well within energy space, because I am in the energy industry. Mm-hmm. And it is still very much male dominated as well. But we see that a lot of women are equally coming up, and women are, taking things up and moving up, the ladder and just taking the bull by the horn. And that's essentially what you're also doing by, as you've mentioned here, creating and founding this interesting platform, a company called PaceUP Invest. Mm-hmm. Very, very interested to learn a lot more about it as time goes on. Mm-hmm. So PaceUP Invest would definitely be something that would help women. Isn't that right? It would help to educate them on how to be financially independent and things like that. So they would need to come to people like you to ask for advice and coaching and things like that.
Exactly, that is correct. So for them to get that initial, to remove that initial fear of investing, and also to help them to become more knowledgeable regarding different aspects of investing, not only investing but also saving, budgeting, right, tax strategies and investment strategies that they're looking at, and to also help them to basically take out the mental block of investing, and also to ultimately choose the best financial advisor for them. So it's going to equip them. The coaching will help equip them with all this education, while the financial advisory will help them to build their wealth gradually. So coaching is different from the advisory. Coaching is more of educating, informing, providing the emotional support as well, while the advisory is to start with their portfolio on a holistic basis, to look at who they are, what are their financial goals, what risk can they take, what risk are they allowed to take, and also what are their different constraints. For example, we all have time constraints. There's liquidity constraints. We look at the tax aspects of investing as well, and also the legal and the regulatory requirements, and also unique circumstances. So different women have different unique circumstances. Some women might want to invest in only companies that are for women, or companies that have a high number of women on their boards, or maybe certain companies, like they don't want to invest in tobacco companies, they don't want to invest in arms dealing companies. So these are all unique circumstances that each individual woman will come and mention, and they will look at building a portfolio around them on a holistic basis. And this is not only just financial assets, but also non-financial assets. So for example, real estate, to start thinking about getting onto the ladder, onto the property ladder, either as their first house or maybe subsequent houses to then rent out as a form of investment as well.
Well, I would definitely need your services.
Looking forward to it.
I should definitely come to sign up with you. I would need your services. That's for sure. I probably would have to reveal some things towards the end of the conversation. Okay, so Rukayat, what skills has helped you to grow? Because you clearly, from all this information you've given, you're very highly knowledgeable in this space. So what has helped you to grow within this space?
I mean, throughout my career, throughout my years of careers, which is more than 13 years, I have both industry knowledge and in the financial industry, as well as soft skills, which are very, very important. So, for example, if I talk about the industry knowledge, this is, for example, it's investment management, wealth management, capital markets, financial advisory as well, and also the different asset classes of stocks, bonds, real estate, commodities, fixed income, foreign exchange. So these are all the basic, I won't say basic, but basically the industry knowledge that has helped me to grow in my career. And it's also very important to have soft skills. For example, mentoring. I currently mentor some students at the University of London, and I'm also looking to start mentoring in Germany as well. So looking to mentor some entrepreneurs, and because I'm an entrepreneur as well, so to pass down some of the knowledge that I have kind of acquired while I'm building PaceUP as well. And in addition to that, there is also the leadership skills, which is very, very important. Have empathy, be able to develop a vision, and be able to impart that onto the team members to carry on the vision and have a mission of what you're trying to achieve. And also the team management is very, very important to have a good team management skills. I also say transcultural communication skills, because like I said, I'm Nigerian and I'm British, and I've traveled to different countries in the world to work, and I've experienced different types of clients all over the world, basically, that I've interacted with. It's very, very important to be able to communicate to different people from different cultures, because it's so rich, it's so diverse. And once you travel to these different countries and you have business meetings, you kind of know their culture and you adapt to their culture. And that way, they're more receptive to whatever you're trying to tell them, because they are happy that you understand their culture somewhat. So I would say this is an important skill that's helped me to grow as well. In addition to having good communication skills, good presentation skills, interpersonal skills, and not to forget the coaching aspects as well, which is very, very human. So yes, and regarding coaching, I've actually successfully coached a lot of people, and one of my students is now a managing director at Goldman Sachs in New York. So, which is quite a very good.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So I helped to coach this individual to move from engineering into investment banking, and they're doing very successfully well in Goldman Sachs in New York.
Okay, this is interesting. So if you've coached several people, as you've mentioned, and one of your students is now a managing director at Goldman Sachs, how am I going to be able to afford someone like you?
Well, my services are not, because I try to make my services very affordable. So it's not too expensive, but they're affordable for people to kind of learn new skills, and just whatever they want to discuss, they can discuss with me as well. So I would say just book an initial consultation, and then we can take it from there.
All right. Interesting. I mean, you've said it all. I don't know if there's anything else that you would like to challenge yourself with, but if there is there anything you want to take up and, basically crush or get sorted?
Well,
any other challenge?
In order to grow, we have to constantly challenge ourselves to grow. Otherwise, we're just going to be stagnant and status quo. So what I'm looking to do is to expand PaceUP Invest into other geographies gradually. I'm looking at France and Monaco, and I would say this is business challenge, and obviously there's also personal challenges as well, which I would like to do. For example, I would love to meet someone like Oprah.
And, wow, that's possible.
And I would love to meet Michelle Obama as well, all these fantastic women, Christine Lagarde, because I really I'm very much how do I say, I follow them a lot.
Yeah, she's that woman in finance.
I follow them a lot, those three women, and other fantastic women as well. So those are the women that I would love to meet. So some challenges, but immediate challenges is to grow PaceUP and make it more known to help women, and also to gradually expand into other publics as well.
Okay. Wow, that's interesting. Wow. Maybe I should say I'm in awe, but yeah, I am in awe. So there's definitely a whole lot to learn from you. And yeah, I do agree with you to look up to these women that are actually doing things, in the world today. Michelle Obama, without a doubt, without a doubt for sure. So Rukayat, you've said it all. But one thing I would like to know, maybe one last question at least, is, you've told us, who you are, how you got into finance, why, you decided to take up this challenge and, found this company and then, just continue from there essentially. So who is the woman behind everything? Who are you? Who's the woman behind all of this? Is there any soft part? I mean, I'm not saying you're not soft based on all those things that you've said, but there's got to be other things, like, I don't know, what you enjoy doing, aside, breaking the glasses.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm a mother of a 2.5-year-old beautiful daughter called Zara. And I would say I'm passionate about equality and diversity, to be honest, and empowering women, again, via education and coaching and investing, because I believe once we empower women, we're going to empower more generations to come. And this is very much needed right now. If you see all what is happening around in the world with the Black Lives Matter and just women being left out in so many aspects of things, and with the pandemic, with women being mostly affected in major countries in the world. And yes, I would like to continue to put my best to do that. In addition to why I've chosen the career route you asked earlier, I also wrote a kids book, reading from...
You did mention that actually. But why did you write the book? There must have been a reason why.
Yes, so I believe in cultural diversity. I believe that cultural diversity is important because our countries, workplaces, and schools are increasingly consisting of various cultural, racial, and ethnic groups. So I wrote Magical Baby when my daughter was 4 months old, and I couldn't find a brown baby girl main character books in stores in Germany after moving from London. And I wanted to read to her in German and for her to gradually see other babies and girls like herself represented in books, which will be useful for her self-appreciation and confidence. So the name of the book is Magical Baby. Basically, it offers representation where there's limited availability. And I'm somewhat humbled to bring a beautiful contribution to our children's development. It is a beautiful story about a mother and the baby bond. And the Magical Baby describes everyday life of the baby and beautiful moments shared with her loved ones, which includes different friends from different backgrounds, beautiful or with different colors, beautiful like a rainbow. It is a simple yet so powerful narrative that shows how seemingly normal activities create lasting memories for the baby, for the mother, and for the father. And Magical Baby kind of shares the experience of our world, from playground, playing with her friends, to swimming classes. She goes through each day spent with her mother, her father, and a few friends. And the book is available in other languages. It's available in English, French, and Spanish, and also in German, to kind of encourage more kids of different colors to appreciate the beauty of diversity, which is like a rainbow essentially, because we're all of different colors in the world. So that is my main reason for writing it, and it's suitable from ages 0 to 5 years.
Interesting. That's something that's really powerful, and thank you for sharing that information with us. And I'm sure your daughter Zara has been able to, I bet she loves the book as well, because of course it's a representation of her as well as of all other children growing up as well. Yeah, that's lovely. So Rukayat, to leave us with a parting advice would be an amazing, thing. So is there anything you'd like the listeners our audience to know or to hear from you?
Yeah, definitely. So I coined this term that if you are not invited to sit at the table, you have to build your own table, because the sky is just the beginning. So go out there, build your own table, and just keep going, keep trying, work smart, work harder. You get to wherever you want to get to.
That is one amazing thing. Thank you so much. I'm sure the listeners would definitely love this. I personally would take this on. If you're not invited to the table, build your own table. Thank you so much for it. Well, for our listeners, I am personally proud of my guests today. I'm proud of all of my guests, but maybe I'm a little bit biased towards this particular guest because she's actually my sister. So, and I am beyond proud of what she's done, what she's achieved over the years. And, you know, I am personally just in awe of the things that she does. And I do know that she moved from London to Germany, you know, to start a family. And when you do move to a new country where, you know, you literally don't know anyone, well, except for your husband, you know, it's a brand new world. And then, of course, Rukky has been able to build a life within the space of 2.5 years. I think as old as Zara is, isn't it? So really, really, really proud of you that you've been able to also create this PaceUP Invest platform, and also being recognized by, I think, by your school, the business where you did your executive MBA, isn't it?
Mannheim Business School and ISEC Business School. So it's a double diploma in Germany and France. Okay,
so it's called a diploma. However, it's actually an executive MBA.
Yeah, it's executive MBA,
it?
But what you receive is executive. But they call it, in Europe, they call it a diploma. So it might be different in the UK. But it is an executive MBA, but you're getting two different awards. So one from the German and the one from the French. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Right. Well, congratulations on all front. Like I said, I'm a little bit biased. I'm really, really proud of you. Again, you've been able to do so much within the space of a short time, to have a child, to raise the child, to you know, do this executive MBA thing, and then to, you know, be able to create this and to still be able to continue to mentor people. It's just amazing. I'm not sure I've been able to do half of that. So, well, thank you very much for joining us, Rukky. Do enjoy whatever's, you know, is left of the evening. My regards and so much love to my baby niece. She's not a baby anymore. She's a toddler now. And and of course, enjoy the rest of your evening. And we're very grateful for your time and for joining us at the BlueSitron Podcast today. And for our listeners, we look forward to having you listen to our next episode.
Great.
Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me. Bye-bye now. Bye.